and talking.
Welcome home
And
to
I was
St.
like,
Anne's,
I'm not ready.
a place of community,
And I
love,
was like, which is
and
ironic
faith.
because
No matter who you are
the gospel
or where you
is
are
all
in your
about being
spiritual
ready.
journey, there's a place for you at Christ's table. Join us Sundays
I
at 10 a.m. or anytime
Gospel.
online. We look forward to seeing you.
So I'm going to talk about being ready and stuff like that because we are at the beginning. For a lot of our kiddos and stuff, school starts very, very soon. So for those of us who have kids getting ready for school, we're kind of in that place of like, I've already had the conversation in my house of like, did you actually get everything on the school list? I said, yeah, I pulled the school list from the website. Well, that's different than the list that was at scheduled pickup night. And I was like, they changed the list on me. I was ready. They're not ready. That's the real issue here. But I want us to think about what it means to be ready. Because our gospel today is about being ready, right? Being ready for God, being ready for Christ to return. And what does that look like? Because we spend a lot of our time getting ready, right? Worrying about being ready, preparing for things, getting ready for things, feeling like we're not ready. Just me. I'm perpetually not ready. Like, it would be weird if I were ready. It would throw everybody off if I was actually ready for something that happened. I know. Do you remember how shocked we all were that the bishop's jersey came in early? Y'all were like, are you sure? I mean, Robert's not wrong. You guys know how my marriage works. I have fun ideas. Eric does it. And when he gets worried about things, I say, but did we die? It's fine, because, we didn't die. One of these days we will have, and he'll be like, I told you so. But we'll already be dead, so it won't matter. Okay, so we spent a lot of time worrying about being ready, right? As kids, and even as us as teachers, we're worried about the first day, right? Do you have everything that you need? You set your outfit out, right? Anyone else? Your kids have to get like the outfit for the first day of school. It's a thing, right? As a culture, you get the first day outfit. There are all these things to get ready. But the real question is, for what are we getting ready? What are the things that we're getting ready for? Because that's the question I want us to really wrestle with today. Because I'm going to challenge us with, we distract ourselves by getting ready for things that aren't the things that we're supposed to be getting ready for, right? We as clergy obsess about getting ready for the sermon. We obsess about wearing the right outfit. We obsess about, is the silver like shiny? Or don't worry, we don't even have silver, so you don't have to worry about that. It's really comforting. I don't worry a whole lot about my vestments in silver because here we are, not worried about it. But we spend so much time putting all this angst and preparation into something, but what is it that God actually calls us to be ready for? God. We're worried about whether or not we're ready for society. We're ready for other people and their expectations, their demands, what we think they're going to think. You guys know what I think about that. Everybody else is already busy about what they're worried about. They're not worried about what you're doing. Don't worry about it. They got their own things to worry about. But we worry, we're preparing, we're getting ready for things that frankly aren't the real things, right? The things that I'm worried about for the first day of school are, do I have stickney? All my pens are missing. I know. So I'm like, do I have everything? Do I know where everything is? But what am I actually supposed to be ready for on that first day of school? Kids, students, people, humans, God's people. That's what I'm supposed to be ready for. I'm supposed to be ready for when God walks into my office. Am I prepared for it? Am I ready to receive it? What am I supposed to be prepared for on Sunday? What am I supposed to be ready for? The sermon? My vestments? What it looks like? the bulletin, which is never right, I always mess it up, I'm sorry, there's always something missing. I almost didn't put my anniversary in there today. Confession. I was like, I feel like something's missing. It was me. No, what I'm supposed to be ready for on Sunday is when God shows up. God doesn't show up in what I'm wearing. God doesn't show up in whether or not everything looks the way it's supposed to, whether or not I spelled everything correctly or got just the right clip art. There's no clip art today because there weren't enough gaps in the bulletin. You'll notice there's missing clip art. I mean, no, you're not going to notice at all, are you? You're like, there was clip art? You do clip art? No, because none of that actually matters. You want to know what matters? When God comes in. And you want to know how God comes in? In you. God comes in when we engage with each other, when we care for each other, when we love each other, when we support each other. God comes in the fact that we never start at 10 a.m. You want to know why we don't start at 10 a.m.? Because we're not ready and y'all are still drinking coffee and talking. You want to know why our peace takes so long? Because God is there and you guys talking and getting a chance to say, hey, how are you? That is what we're supposed to be ready for. But we distract ourselves in our lives with all these other things, with whether or not we have college ruled notebook paper or wide ruled notebook paper. And I'm very neurotic about my pens. I like the clicky gel pens. Don't come in my office with no like pencils or like Bic with a cap. We ain't doing that. I worry about these things, right? What are the things that you worry about getting ready? Like you got to get ready. This is your thing. You have to do this to be ready. But what? Food, yes. We all have these things, right? And we worry so much about them. But God's message to us is that's not the stuff that we need to be worried about. Because when we're so worried about those things, we miss the real things that we're supposed to be ready for. Back in the day, and for those of you who have been around for a while, you know how much I hated it. My office used to be up in the house. And that's where all my vestments and stuff were, and that's where I had to get ready. And I didn't actually come down until like right before church started. Because, you know, the clergy were supposed to be getting ready. You know, like the bride gets ready, like closeted in her room somewhere in the basement of a church. And I fought for years to get it moved down here. Because here's the thing. When I was there, I was away from what church really is. And yes, I probably vested better at that time. You know, I actually did vest, for instance. But that's not the point, right? I feel like we are much more of a church now where we have a shared office where everybody's in there, everybody comes in and out, everybody uses that office. It's not about getting ready to look the part of church. It's about getting ready to be the church when we leave. And that's what church is all about. So I challenge us today, what are you getting ready for? Because if you came this morning, you probably didn't feel ready. Did anyone feel like, I am put together, I am ready for this day, I'm ready for the week? I am not ready for the week. I'll tell you what, teachers show up this week, it's convocation. Anyone who has ever been in education knows the joy that is the first day meetings. And it doesn't matter. They sell it so well. They send emails. It's going to be great. We're going to have this time together and convocation to really set ourselves up for the year to come. And you're all just like, can I go get my room ready? Could I do that? And then you have to like dress appropriately because, you know, the superintendent's going to be there. And the superintendent can't see what you actually look like because that wouldn't be good. Yeah, the Meg that works in my office is way different than the Meg that goes to convocation on Tuesday. Let me just tell you that. What are we actually getting ready for? Because I promise you, we are not ready. But I will promise you this, we are actually ready. That didn't land well, did it? Okay. Sometimes I worry about my landing. I just cannot land. I'm like, oh, that'll work. It doesn't work. And I'm like, well, that didn't land. Just skidded right off the freeway. We want you to know that you're welcome to join us at 10 a.m. on Sundays. Please be sure to hit subscribe to receive our sermons. We can't wait to meet you. We believe in one God, the Father, the Almighty, maker of heaven